This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on The South Today, Alexandria's new curling rink is set to provide a significant boost for the sport in Central Otago. Warehouse founder Sir Stephen Tindall has spoken at a special event for Sir Ian Edgar in Queenstown. And many people took the chance to have a go at a wide variety of crafts in Central Otago. Kia ora, good evening, I'm Melissa Barton. Alexandria's new curling rink will provide a boon for the sport across Central Otago. The Ice and Line new indoor facility has the potential of being a starting point for people who want to represent New Zealand on the international stage.
Alexandria's Ice and Line has opened its new indoor curling rink to the public, giving people a chance to try their hand at the sport, with some hopefully continuing it to a competitive level.
Yesterday at the open day we had people that had curled overseas that came in. We've had young people that realise now they can do it. It's so much easier indoors. The ice is it's so easy to get a stone down. It's just going to grow the sport. Yeah.
The World Curling Federation helped fund the project with an interest-free loan of $100,000, as long as the new lanes were used for curling only. Then local businesses stepped in, contributing $80,000 in product and services to help complete the project. Ice and Line's manager Murray Miller says they're hoping to eventually cover the main rink as well.
We've managed to do it. We still haven't got the main rink roofed, but that's next in our list of jobs to do.
The roof allows curling to go ahead even in bad weather, and in theory could be open all year round, but that's not the plan at the moment.
We'll just see how it goes. It's like any sport, there's seasons and people don't want to curl all summer, so at this stage we're not opening for all year round.
New Zealand Curling says the new facility will be complementary to the one in Naseby. In Alexandria, The South Today.
Some Dunedin City Council staff are working from home after asbestos dust was noticed in Civic Centre offices. The dust was found last week on the 7th floor of the council building, where roof repairs and refurbishment are being carried out. DCC Chief Executive Sandy Graham says a small amount of asbestos dust was found and the council has taken a precautionary approach. Staff who normally work on floor 7 have been asked to work from home, while the discovery is investigated by consultants. WorkSafe was also notified, as asbestos is known as a human carcinogen. Sir Stephen Tindall was guest speaker at a recent Queenstown function held in recognition of local philanthropist Sir Ian Edgar. The multi-millionaire businessman and founder of the warehouse says you don't have to be wealthy to be philanthropic.
When I thought about the subject and I was asked to talk about philanthropy, it was very obvious to me that the definition of philanthropy in New Zealand is Sir Ian Edgar.
Sir Stephen Tindall speaks his mind as a guest speaker at a recent Queenstown function recognising the efforts of businessman and philanthropist Sir Ian Edgar. Tindall is listed as being worth over $200 million, thanks in part to having founded the warehouse retail chain. But he says you don't have to be wealthy to be philanthropic.
Even if you don't have any money, you can still be a philanthropist with your time.
There we go. That's a good bit of advice.
So looking for opportunities to help others, with their time would be a great way to start.
Yeah.
Tindall says it's important for people to identify genuine good causes and avoid the ones that absorb a large amount of their donations to simply employ those working at the charity.
And I think people definitely need to look for absolutely genuine charities, and sometimes fundraisers too. I mean, some fundraisers take a huge percentage of the money before it goes to the charity. So, those are questions people should ask. Yeah.
And for adults wanting to leave some of their will to a charity, Tyndall says a local community foundation can do the complex paperwork for them.
You know, I mean, the thing is that if you're making a will, sometimes it can be quite expensive to set up your own trust to manage what you want to give to. So something like the local community foundation does all that for you.
Oh yes, takes that stress out.
And they've got the expertise to do it.
Having stepped back from the warehouse group, Tyndall is busy these days with philanthropic organisations such as the Tyndall Foundation. In Queenstown, the South Today.
100 jobs are to be maintained in Dunedin after the government has confirmed the revamp and expansion of the Kiwi Rail hillside workshops. The South Dunedin Engineering Workshop once employed more than 1,200 people, building locomotives and carriages. However, most work at Hillside ended in 2012 after Kiwi Rail awarded a nearly $30 million manufacturing contract to a Chinese company. Since then, some work has continued and other private companies have also used Hillside. A $20 million investment was made 2 years ago, but Hillside's workers had to wait for the redevelopment to be approved, which was announced today. There are potentially more new craftspeople around Central Otago following a recent Have a Go Day. The recent event gave people a taste of the huge variety of crafts on offer.
There are potentially new craftspeople among us this week, following a recent Have a Go Day in Central Otago. The event in Alexandra was hosted at Alexandra Community House on Sunday, introducing people to new crafts and hobbies. Among the disciplines represented at the event were spinning, knitting, patchwork, sewing and cake decorating, to name a few. The event is hosted every second year and aims to bring all of the groups together under one roof for the public to find out about. Participating groups had items on display they'd either finished or were still working on. The event was also a great way for people who are new to the community to meet others and find out what groups they could join. People were greeted at the entrance of Community House by beautiful cakes on display, which were intricately decorated. In Alexandra, the South Today.
Still to come on the South Today. The Queenstown Lakes District receives a $20 million cash injection from the government. And we have this week's edition of Football Chat with Morgan Jarvis. So see you after the break.
Risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
A poorly maintained heat pump can lose up to 35% of its output. The Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner team are experts. Their specially developed chemical wash is totally biodegradable. Call Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner and get the job done by the professionals.
Ah, TV, our favourite babysitter. But it can be tough keeping up with what our tamariki are watching. Luckily, the Broadcasting Standards Authority has made some smart changes to the classification labels. Ooh! Plus changes to the time of day certain rated shows will air, and awesome new parental lock features, meaning your babysitter's job is safe. Find out more at safeviewing.co.nz.
Welcome back. The government has announced a $20 million fund to support the Queenstown Lakes District's economic diversification. The funding is part of the $200 million tourism support plan, being rolled out over the next 2 years. The fund aims to support the diversification and reset of the Queenstown Lakes economy by helping develop alternative industries and attracting private sector investment. Potential projects include a digital innovation hub and a film studio. A further $15 million has been made available to protect Milford Sound and create a more sustainable and high-quality visitor experience. In this week's Football Chat, host Morgan Jarvis is joined by Dunedin Tech's Chelsea Whitaker and Otago University's Oban Hawkins. The trio discuss the latest in the Otago Daily Times premierships and look ahead to the weekend's Footy Fusion event.
Kia ora and welcome to Football Chat, where we chat about the local premiership men's and women's football competitions. We had stunning weather in the weekend. We had grades right from the kiddies down at the Oval through to the oldies like myself running around the pitch. It was a good weekend of football. This week I'm joined by Chelsea Whitaker from Tech and Oban Hawkins from University. Thanks for coming in, guys. And well, Chelsea, your season's just going great guns again. A perfect record so far this season, but I've caught a few of your games and it almost feels like you've stepped it up again this season as a team with a couple of exciting additions in that. You must be enjoying your football.
Yeah, no, it's going really well. We have, I guess, had a dream start results-wise. It's going really well and I think we just want to keep building each year. Every year's different to the one before. So you've had some great additions coming in with Neve Cullen and Margie Diaz coming in up top and a few of our young girls coming through, which is really good. So just kind of building those additional players into what we've already had and kind of going forward from there. So it's been good, yeah, can't complain. Yeah,
great. And Oban Uni is going great guns this season as well, which has got to be great, although you missed the game on the weekend because you're up in Auckland with Futsal Whites. Tell us a wee bit about how that's going because you've been heavily involved on the futsal side of things right up to that top level for a wee while now.
Yeah, I think I made my debut back in 2018. I went to China with the Futsal Whites and then but yeah, now just been involved with that ever since, and now we're just doing training camps up in Auckland to just kind of build and work together because there's no games on at the moment because of COVID. So yeah, just trying to build as a team and hopefully next year we can get some games going.
Great, and you had Rahan up there who we had on the show last week.
Yeah, Rahan was up there.
Yeah, good stuff. And I take it you were part of the national tertiary champs side just a few weeks back.
Yeah, a couple weeks back.
The national title.
Yeah,
must have been exciting.
Yeah, it was sick. Yeah, we managed to win a natty. I don't think Otago's never done it. So it was pretty cool going up to Palmerston North and doing it. I think we had to beat Waikato on the last day. Yeah. And we came through and we smoked them 9-1.
Yeah, I watched some clips from that and it was great. And I saw a result from earlier on as well. What was the score? 33-0.
Could have been.
I think someone calculated a goal every 70 seconds or something.
Goal every 72 seconds.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. It was
must have been great fun to be a part of.
It was great fun to be a part of. I think like Timo Farrell might have bagged himself like 9 goals or something like that. It was good fun, but then we just kind of felt a little bit bad, but you got to do what you got to do.
Wow, yeah, you do, don't you? Yeah. And Chelsea coming up and just after this weekend, Kate Shepherd Cup, and a pretty exciting round 1 fixture there.
Yeah.
Up against Rosamai Carey.
Yeah, I think Kate Shepherd Cup itself and any knockout football is exciting, but I think to have Roslyn in that first round, I know there's always a bit of rivalry between Tech and Roslyn. Hopefully we can build the girls up and come away with a good result, and I think Roslyn will be doing the exact same thing, so knockout footy is something different, so anything could happen on that day, and I think both teams will put out everything that they can to win that.
So look, that wraps up Football Chat this week. Big thanks to Chelsea and Oban for coming in. The other thing actually I better mention there too, I saw there's pretty exciting thing coming up at 4-Bar Stadium this Sunday, Footy Fusion for the kids. It's a neat chance for them to check out both rugby and football, learn some skills in that. Hopefully they'll realise on the day that, stick with the footy, that's the way to go. But yeah, pretty cool event there with the two sports there working together. Yeah, so So make sure you check that one out with the family. And look, yeah, massive thanks to Chelsea and Oban for coming in. All the best for the weekend. Got some exciting games ahead, and we'll see you all next week.
And you can catch that full interview online at odt.co.nz. Still to come on the South today, an Australian billionaire proposes a novel use for the Tiwai Point aluminium smelter that's environmentally friendly. And we have tomorrow's weather for you, so see you after the break.
Risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
MTF Finance can help you turn the key on your next vehicle with a loan made just for you. TCs and lending criteria apply.
A poorly maintained heat pump can lose up to 35% of its output. The Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner team are experts. Their specially developed chemical wash is totally biodegradable. Call Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner and get the job done by the professionals.
Thanks for staying with us. An Australian billionaire is looking at using the Tiwai Point aluminium smelter for environmentally friendly hydrogen production. The smelter is due to close in just over 3 years, at a loss of about 1,000 jobs and $400 million annually from the local economy. Australian iron ore magnate Andrew Forrest has been in talks about fitting Tiwai Point into his ambitious global plans. Forrest's company aims to make steel in Australia with hydrogen generated from renewable energy sources. It says Southland's renewable energy potential makes it an exciting opportunity for hydrogen production. And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South today. Alexandra's new curling rink is set to provide a significant boost for the sport in Central Otago. Warehouse founder Sir Stephen Tindall has spoken at a special event for Sir Ian Edgar in Queenstown. And many people took the opportunity to have a go at a wide variety of crafts in Central Otago. And now look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT. Welcome, Craig Page. What have you got for us?
Good evening. A good story, a good positive story to start the day with. Some tourism industry today getting confirmation that the government's going to earmark $100 million in funding for them for tourism-related communities in the south. So some big dollars there. Of course,
Yeah,
Queenstown.
that's no small amount.
No, it's not. It'll be interesting to see how it's used, though. I think they're all talking about the devil in the detail.
Yeah.
So Queenstown and Te Anau, of course, have been crying out for some support from the government. So finally, come to the party. Yeah, a lot of people we've spoken to aren't sure exactly what it means. A lot of the money seems to go towards business planning and support programs for them. So in terms of how that's going to benefit them in the long run, I don't really know. And Ruth Stokes from the Queenstown Chamber of Commerce is also questioning how quickly the government's going to get this action into plan. They've waited this long for some support for COVID, and now sort of it's imperative things get moving pretty quickly from here. So yeah, they've announced it. It'll be nice to see things moving now.
Yeah, so expediency would be good.
It would be nice. And a bit of a blast from the past as well. Manuka Causeway, which was discovered in 2008 when they knocked down the old Decker building in George Street to make way for Wall Street Mall. So that causeway was discovered as part of when they were doing the digging around, and thought it dated back, I think, to 1848. It was there to sort of cover a wet patch or a moist patch in the ground there. Finally, it's going to go on display 13 years later and $400,000 later, so it's due to go on display in the Wall Street Mall possibly next month, but I guess we'll believe it when we see it. And just finally, big sporting lift out tomorrow as well, lots of club sport and that, but also Steve Hepburn, who knows a thing or two about rugby, suggesting we might get to All Black tests this winter, so we shall see what happens.
So watch this space.
Exactly.
And you can catch all of that in tomorrow's ODT. And now it's time for a look at the weather.
Tonight's weather proudly brought to you by Mole Map.
Today's Southern View is one of the plaques on the Writers' Walk in the Octagon to celebrate the Dunedin Writers and Readers Festival. Looking at the situation, a fine day ahead tomorrow, but increasing northerly airflow on Saturday will bring high cloud and then some rain on Sunday as airflow swings northwest. Travelling to the northwest of the South Island, Westport can expect a partly cloudy day with 18 degrees, and Greymouth is a mostly sunny day here with 19 degrees. Across to the northeast of the South Island, where it's a similar story. Nelson heads for 18 with a mostly sunny day, and Blenheim 17 degrees with a bit of cloud. Moving down to Canterbury. Expect a bit of wind across this region, so it's a good day for hanging out the washing. It's mostly sunny in Kaikoura and Ashburton with moderate to gusty winds, whereas Christchurch will be overcast. 16 is the high for both Christchurch and Kaikoura, and 17 for Ashburton. Looking at what's in store for the southern towns, the Catlins, Balclutha, Lumsden and Gore are all in for light winds, fine weather and 15 degrees. Travelling westwards to the Southern Lakes, all centres in this district can expect light winds and clear blue skies. Wanaka and Alexandra head for 18, Queenstown 16 and Te Anau 15 degrees. Looking at the northern towns, Timaru can expect light easterlies, fine weather and 16 degrees. Oamaru can expect 16 with moderate northeasterlies. Further inland, Twizel and Amarama are both expected to reach 18 with light winds and clear skies. In Dunedin, cloudy tonight with northeasterlies with an overnight low of 9. Mostly fine and sunny tomorrow with light to moderate northeasterlies, but still pleasant temperatures, a high of 16 and a low of 9. And it's mostly fine on Saturday with thick high cloud and moderate to fresh breezy northeasterlies, looking at a high of 16 and a low of 10. And in Invercargill, fine tonight with an overnight low of just 1. Mostly fine and sunny tomorrow, light winds with pleasant temperatures during the day but cooling down at night with a high of 15 and a low of 2. And it's milder on Saturday, fine with high cloud increasing during the day and moderate northeasterlies, looking at a high of 17 and a low of 9. And that's all from the South Today team for this Thursday. For the latest news from the southern region, head online to odt.co.nz and follow Channel 39 on YouTube and Facebook. Have a great evening. Ka kite anō.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.